And just on the video. Here with my good friend Carl Dix. We in the streets. So yeah,
in New York City.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And I'm with Yusef Salaam, and we got a fascist in the White House. Donald Trump. He got a whole fascist crew.
Yes, indeed.
They have been a catastrophe for humanity. Children in cages, Muslims banned from traveling in the country, rabid white supremacists unleashed. That is why we have unleashed and initiated the Out Now movement, to drive Trump, Pence, and the whole regime out. And there is nobody more qualified to talk about Donald Trump from personal experience than Yusef Salaam. So,
well, you know, and that's one of the greatest things about history and still being alive and still being able to, you know, talk truth to power. You know, because here we are in this America as we see it now, going further down into the drain and the tubes of history, into the trash heap of history. You know, what better time than now to make sure that we get out here and do everything in our power to make sure that we change things. And that's really what it's all about, changing for the better as opposed to the worse. You know?
And the key change right now is to get the Trump-Pence regime out. That's why we called on people. We started with October 19th, taking to the streets, and every Saturday since. November 2nd going to be the next time, November 9th, November 16th, and then from there we're going forward. And
so what do folks need to know in terms of how to get connected with folks in different states and, you know, spaces and municipalities when they want to be able to blend
part of this Out Now movement?
To be part of it?
The way to do that is to go to the website refusefascism.org, or to go on social media at Refuse Fascism. The word is out. We're spreading it across the country. There were 14 cities that protested last Saturday. We hope to have more cities and more people. That website, refusefascism.org, that social media at Refuse Fascism, you'll see where things are happening. If there's something near you, you can connect with it. And if we ain't got nobody doing nothing near you, you can start something.
Yeah.
Because this is not a spectator sport. This ain't something that somebody else can take care of for us. If we sit back and wait, it could end up being too late. We saw what happened in Nazi Germany. They let Hitler consolidate his power, and it was catastrophes for Jewish people, for gypsies, for all of humanity, in fact.
Right.
Concentration camps and death camps. We've already got concentration camps here in terms of the stuff on the border, but also the prisons. And we both know about the prisons from the inside and from the out in terms of our struggle since we got away from being incarcerated.
Yes.
We have to drive this regime out, and it is on us.
Yes, indeed.
And
I stand. I just want to make it clear too. I stand with everybody that is doing this. It's important. It's necessary. Y'all know the history of the Exonerated Five. We were known as the Central Park Five. We were vilified, railroaded in the Central Park jogger case. And it wasn't really about the case itself. It was the fact that we were black and brown folks.
That was it.
And so they looked at us with the racist eye and said we were expendable. And just like when they get finished with us, I want folks to understand that the next people that they begin to enact this on are the Mexicans, as they're trying to come into this country to see if they can be a part of the American dream, but they're waking up to the American nightmare. And all of us are, in fact, experiencing the same kind of nightmarish ordeal. It seems like we're living in a twilight zone. Every time we turn on the TV, you know, the parody is real. We're looking at parodies of what we see in the White House, and then we actually look at what's going on in the White House, and it's almost like they working hand in hand with this stuff.
Exactly. And a lot of times people will say to me, I agree with that sentiment. Trump, Pence out now. And I got to say to them, it ain't a sentiment. It's something to act on.
Right.
Because if you leave it at a sentiment, they will get their thing together and crush us all. They'll start with those who stand up first. And if nobody stands with them, they'll crush them. And one after another, they'll take different groups down. And we'll end up like that pastor in Germany ended up, Pastor Nemo. He said, first they came for the communists, but I wasn't a communist, so I did nothing. Then they came for the Jews, but I was a Christian, so I did nothing.
Wow.
Then when it came from me, there was nobody left.
Wow.
We cannot replay that movie.
Not at all.
Because that was a real horror movie.
Not at all, yeah.
Don't tell me about Jason and all like that. That was a real horror movie. And we're in the middle of another developing horror movie that we got to write a new ending for.
Right. So we got to get out there in these streets. We got to make sure that we do everything in our power to make it happen. And if not us, who?
So Saturday, November 2nd, November 9th, and November 16th, in the streets, Trump, Pence out now. Go to refusefascism.org to get booked in with somebody doing something. If ain't nobody doing nothing, start it yourself.
Yes, indeed.
You are the ones that we've been waiting for and need to make this change.
Y'all heard it.
That's it.
That's what's up. Peace.